Our Aussie girls are back. Back for a summer of cricket like we've never seen before. Lanning, Healy,
That's been dispatched.
Perry, what a trio. They've conquered so much. T20 World Cup champions.
This is Sky, a chance. A magical moment in Australian sport has been achieved.
Smashed ODI records.
It's up, it's high. What a way to take the world record for the most consecutive victories.
Starred in the WBBL.
It is all the way. No catching that.
And tasted Ashes glory.
Maiden 100 for Australia, and how happy is she?
But now it's time to do it all again. What a summer we have in store. It all begins on September 21 when India arrive for 3 ODIs, 3 T20s and a pink ball test. Then in October, the WBBL is back. More games than ever before are live on Fox Cricket. In January, the old enemy returns for the Ashes series. But it doesn't end there. The 50-over World Cup starts in March. And it's the one they want, the only trophy currently missing in their full cabinet. So get ready, it's going to be a summer like no other. And the only place you can see it all is right here on Fox Cricket. Yes, it does not get much bigger and better than that. A little taste right there of what is to come on Fox Cricket this summer. It's wonderful to have your company this morning as we launch the women's international and domestic seasons. Non-stop entertainment coming your way all summer long. It's going to be big, it's going to be busy, and someone whose vocal cords are going to get a very good workout this summer is Mel Jones alongside me this morning and all summer long. Jonesy, wonderful to see you. Are you pumped? Are you ready to go?
Well, I'm ready. I'm just not too sure if you're ready because you've just been sitting back relaxing doing NRL and boxing, whereas I've been doing the hard yards, Megs, over in England, looking at England and India, who we'll see this summer, and then all the Aussie girls in the 100 as well, which we'll see in the WBBL, so I'm prepped.
You know that's where I'd rather be with you over in the UK.
Yeah, well, I did put in a request.
We're going to have a lot of fun, that is for sure. And the good news is there is just a few sleeps to go until it all gets underway, starting with a multi-format series against India. A big thanks to Queensland for coming to the rescue and hosting these 7 games. We've got 3 ODIs to be played in Mackay, followed by a one-off day-night test match on the Gold Coast, and then 3 T20s also to be played at Metricon Stadium. So, Mel, the one day is obviously hugely important with the World Cup around the corner, but let's touch on the significance of that test match. It's been a long time coming.
I think you said my 3 favourite words, multi-format series, because we can put the test match in there. It's been 15 long years since we've played India, and I think the best part about it for me is that we're also then hoping for the return as well, and that's one of the biggest challenges ever for a cricketer is to go over to India and play. But this one is the start of that pink ball test as well, and we're seeing the best of the best. 4
days of excitement and drama. We absolutely cannot wait. And a player that Australia will most certainly need to watch out for this series is opener Smriti Mandhana, one of the superstars of the Indian side. She joins us now live from Brisbane. Smriti, wonderful to see you. Thanks for joining us. Firstly, tell us how you're enjoying being back in Oz. It's been 18 months since you were last here for the T20 World Cup. Has it brought back a few memories, some good, maybe some not so good?
No, actually, we all are really happy to come back to Australia. It's a great country to come and play cricket. So yeah, I think we'll just take in the good memories of the series we've been part of here and the World Cup we've been part of. So we'll just keep thinking about that. So yeah, it's good to be back in Australia and play some cricket.
Smriti, it's been a big winter for you over in England, the first time that the Indian women's team has played in a multi-format series against England. What were your biggest learnings from that series?
Well, I really love the format of multi-format because I think every game you're involved. Like sometimes you win a series first 2 matches, and then the third match you're not as pumped as maybe the first 2 matches. It generally happens even if you tell yourself that we have to still go in and win, but it's still kind of you're still fine with it. But I think with multi-format, every game is important. And I remember till the last T20, we had a chance to tie the series, even though we had lost the one day and the T20 series. So even that going into the last T20s, I felt that okay, we have still a chance. So I think I love the format, and playing a test match, I think it's a dream for every cricketer.
Well, Shmiti, someone we are incredibly wary of coming into this series is Poonan Yadav, your little queen of spin, who famously dismantled Australia on the opening night of the World Cup. Are you backing her to break some Aussie hearts all over again?
Hopefully she does. So yeah, I think she was a great in the first game against Australia, and yeah, I saw her finding rhythm in the last 2-3 T20s which we played against England. So yeah, hopefully she can do the same thing what she did in the first match for us.
Smitty, one of the names that's mentioned in women's cricket so much in the last probably 12, 18 months is Shafali Verma. She's your opening partner now across all three formats. Is it an enjoyable combination? Do you enjoy your time out there with the youngster?
Yeah, definitely. I think both of us are quite similar in the way we approach batting. We are very chill, so that kind of helps to bond better on the 22 yards. We don't really discuss much about batting. We just go out there and enjoy ourselves, and always like to have someone who's so aggressive. I think it's always good to have a partner like that. You can take your time. Maybe if you're not timing the ball that well, you can just give a single, and you know that she's gonna just hit them all over the park. So yeah, I think it's a joy to watch her from the other end.
Well, Shmiti, wonderful to see you this morning. Thanks so much for joining us, and we look forward to seeing you in action next week.
Nice. Thank you for having me.
Yeah, wonderful to catch up with Shmiti Mandana, one of the most dangerous batters in the women's game and one of the big wickets, Mel, the Aussie girls will be chasing.
Absolutely huge. I mean, I know we just spoke about Shafali Verma and what she can do for India, but Shmiti Mandana just has this understanding of the game across all three formats. She's a game changer, but she's one of the most stylish players at the same point in time. So I think a lot of people, Australian fans, will be looking at her this summer going, yeah, I want to see a little bit more of her.
Someone else we'll be targeting is Indian skipper Mithali Raj, an absolute legend of the women's game. She's done it all, and unfortunately for us, she's still at the top of her game. It's scary, isn't it?
It is, and it's a credit to her and the way in which she's been able to manage her body to be able to play this length of time. But she's also just developing and refining her game. She had a magnificent series against England and was sort of the linchpin, particularly in the one-day formats as well.
And what about Poonan Yadav? Her form coming into the series maybe hasn't been quite where it should be, but what are you expecting from her?
It was really interesting the way England played her, and I think they got on top of her. Nat Sivera's at the top of her game at the moment, so I think a lot of the Australians would have been watching that series to see playing a little bit deeper in the crease, going a little bit squarer to her at times. And that's what you want to see, though. You want to see that big challenge against the best.
All right, well, our next guest, I'm sure, is still giving the Indian players nightmares after her World Cup winning knock at the MCG. Lisa Healy, good morning. Welcome to you, fresh out of quarantine, I might add. How's that Queensland sun treating you and the girls? It must be fantastic to be all back together.
It is. It's really nice to be out of the hotel room, get some fresh air, and probably even more nice to see everyone again. It's been a long time since we've played together, and just looking forward to playing some cricket. It's pretty close around the corner.
Midge, the last time you played India, I was just trying to think about it. It was a World Cup final. I don't know what I enjoyed more. You two with Beth Mooney walking out and the smiles on your face, or the smile on your face when you walked back and said, we've got them. The rivalry is really growing between Australia and India.
Yeah, it is. People keep wanting to talk about that moment, so it's quite a funny one. But I think it's quietly bubbling away, the rivalry. I think it's a good thing for cricket. We want to play against India as much as we possibly can, and we want that competitive edge. So, yeah, I think it's a nice thing, and I'm really looking forward to this series. I think last time India came out here, it was a tight contest, and I think they're building into some really good cricket, so it's going to be some fun games starting next week.
You've got such fond memories, don't you, of playing against India? Of course, that World Cup winning knock, but also that incredible 133, the last time you played India in an ODI. What does it do for your confidence coming into this series?
Yeah, I'd forgotten about that. It feels like an absolute world away that happened. But, yeah, look, I obviously do have some good memories playing against them. I've got some not great memories too. I don't think I could score a run before the World Cup playing against them. So, yeah, look, I've got some confidence in that regard. I guess my cricket's changed a lot since that 100 that I finally made in my career. And, yeah, I think their side's changed a lot since then as well. And they just keep throwing new things at us that we haven't seen. So I'm no doubt they're going to do that again and throw in the added, different point in the test match. And it could be a really interesting series. But I'm really looking forward to it. It's been a long time since we've played competitive cricket, so I'm excited to get out there and get amongst it.
Elisa, so much of the women's game is still around white ball cricket, T20 and 50 over. And we know we've got a 50 over World Cup coming up as well, but two big test matches this summer as well. Where does test match cricket sit for you and the team, and how much of the talk has been around the two tests?
Well, I mean, we got fresh out of quarantine, and the first net session we had on the green seaming wicket here at North was with the pink ball. So I think there's a bit of emphasis on the test match. It wasn't good for the morale of the batters, but yeah, look, I think the test matches are so much more special for us simply because we don't play a lot of them, and it is the pinnacle of our sport. It's the ultimate challenge and the ultimate test of our abilities for a long period of time. So yeah, I'm really excited for it. There's no way that I thought we'd ever play two tests in the summer before. So to be able to play against India and obviously England for the Ashes is really exciting. So my baggy green's tucked nicely in my backpack, and hopefully I can pull it on my head twice this summer.
A couple of big changes this series as well, with no Jess Jonassen and no Megan Shute. So the change room will be a little bit quieter without Shooter in there, but some fresh faces coming into the Australian side. What can you tell us about them?
Yeah, somebody else is going to have to really lift the vibe of the group without Shooter. Someone's going to have to provide the tunes, and hopefully it's not Sophie Molyneux with her country music. I'm not about that. So, I guess the youngsters or the newbies that have come into the side are really exciting, and they're already adding to the group, which is fantastic. That's what you want. You want people to come in and feel really comfortable and be able to contribute. So that's been really cool, and yeah, it's great to see, I guess, the depth that we've got in Australian cricket at the minute, that, you know, the likes of Darcy Brown, Stella Campbell, Hannah Darlington can all come in and really make an impact. And it's great for me to see Maitland Brown back in Aussie colours and back around the group. She's obviously had a rough trot the last 12 months with her hammy, but yeah, she's back fully fit and firing. And it's been an interesting build up to this series, but everyone seems to be really raring to go and letting rip at training. So no doubt we're going to have 18 amazing players to choose from, and thankfully I'm not a selector and have to nail down that final 11 because I'm not sure which way we're going to go.
And Mitch, just finally, have you got anything penciled in for when you get a bit of free time up in tropical Queensland, maybe a snorkelling trip or a long walk along the beach? I know you love those.
Yeah, well, hopefully I can take my mask off at some stage and get some actual fresh air out by the beach. That would be ideal. Living on the beach in Sydney, I'll naturally be drawn to the water as soon as I can. But it may interest you to know this, that I actually really enjoy golf. So I might.
Oh, really?
I might have to suss out a golf course and see if we can get on there somewhere.
I knew you were going to mention golf somewhere in that. Good on you, Mitch. Appreciate your time this morning. Look forward to seeing you next week in action.
Thanks, guys.
Yeah, cannot wait to see what Elisa Healy has in store for us as we take a look now at the full schedule on Fox Cricket, because it doesn't stop once Indy departs. The WBBL is back for a 7th season. The Sydney Thunder will be out to defend their title. Don't forget the Blast returns for another season. Then England arrives for a multi-format Ashes series in January. Plenty of fireworks between these two great rivals. And then the big one, Australia head across the Tasman for the ODI World Cup in New Zealand, the only place you can catch every game right here on Fox Cricket. And Mel, this is the one that we absolutely cannot wait for. And for the Aussie girls, it's going to be all about chasing redemption for what happened in 2017.
Yeah, well, that semi-final against India where Harmanpreet Kaur went absolutely ballistic and knocked them out, and that's where things changed for the Australian team. They had sat down and had a good hard look at themselves in the mirror and things turned around massively, but it's all about this World Cup for them.
Well, it's going to be special, isn't it, if the girls can go all the way. So much to happen between now and then. I'll see you back in that seat in a few days' time.
It's lucky we like each other. It's a long summer.
It is a long summer. But just very quickly on the Blast, of course, back for another season. What's got you excited about that?
Oh, I love the way that we can get guests in now, probably remotely a little bit, but they just add so much flavour and sort of break us up, which is most important as
Alex
well.
Blackwell in the middle of us.
Well, that's true as well. It would be great to have Al back. But, yeah, the WBBL, that's shaping up to be a good one.
Yeah, bring it on. It's all coming up, of course, on Fox Cricket. Thanks so much for your company this morning as we get set to kick off a massive summer right here on Fox Cricket. It all starts Tuesday, September 21, with the first ODI against India, that game in Mackay. Our coverage from 9:30 a.m. Eastern. We hope to see you then. In the meantime, have a fantastic week.
This has been a Fox Sports production.